Welcome, strategists, innovators, and future thinkers to 2025. Reality Check: How Foresight Met the Future. Today, we're doing something a bit unique. We're stepping back to look forward, or rather, we're looking at how a meticulously crafted look forward is holding up in the present. It's early June 2025 here in Bali, and as we navigate the complexities of this year, it's a perfect time to assess just how accurate our strategic compass has been. For those immersed in the world of strategic planning, you know the immense value of foresight, the disciplined practice of anticipating multiple plausible futures to inform present-day decisions. It's about building resilience, identifying opportunities, and mitigating risks long before they fully materialize. Earlier this year, a comprehensive report synthesized strategic foresight publications from leading global organizations, outlining 5 critical thematic areas shaping our global landscape in 2025. It painted a detailed picture of what we could expect, from profound technological shifts and urgent environmental imperatives to complex geopolitical realignments, evolving socioeconomic dynamics, and even advancements in how we do foresight itself. So the question before us today is simple, yet profound. Are we living the future that was predicted? In this episode, we'll dive deep into each of these 5 thematic areas, comparing the Foresight Report's predictions with the undeniable realities we've observed in the first half of 2025. Get ready for a mid-year strategic review that reveals just how closely foresight can align with our unfolding world. Moving into our first major theme, technological transformation and AI integration. The Foresight Report was unequivocal. Artificial intelligence has reached a critical inflection point in 2025, transitioning from peripheral applications to core business operations. We predicted generative AI would reshape industries, with specialized, vertical AI agents emerging for sector-specific decision-making enhancement. And indeed, by mid-2025, a significant 25% of enterprises already using generative AI have deployed AI agents, a figure expected to double by 2027. We're seeing real-world examples: AI-driven diagnostic systems at the Mayo Clinic, predictive maintenance revolutionizing operations at Shell, and advanced supply chain management streamlining giants like Walmart. The report also highlighted the surging energy demands of AI infrastructure, driving innovation like nuclear-powered data centers and renewed interest in small modular reactors. And while seemingly futuristic, quantum computing is, in fact, reaching practical application thresholds as error correction breakthroughs unlock new possibilities. Enterprise investment and practical applications are emerging, particularly in finance, pharmaceuticals, and energy. Crucially, the rapid adoption of AI necessitates robust governance frameworks. The report emphasized addressing ethics, data security, and public trust, with organizations developing AI governance platforms to ensure responsible deployment. In the real world, the need for explainable, ethical, and transparent AI is a major industry focus, with regulatory frameworks and explainable AI, or XAI, gaining traction. Finally, the Foresight suggested action models are eclipsing language models as AI shifts from communication to execution, fundamentally reshaping automation's frontier. Agentic AI systems, predicted to set their own goals and execute complex decisions, are now being piloted, particularly in logistics, smart cities, and autonomous operations. The report's projections for AI and quantum technology are strongly validated by these real-world trends and industry data. Our second core theme is environmental imperatives and sustainability integration. The Foresight Report projected climate change as the central driver of global strategy, anticipating that extreme weather events would accelerate the adoption of new technologies and adaptive measures. And sadly, this prediction has been starkly validated. We've seen an undeniable increase in the severity and frequency of extreme weather globally, pushing adaptation and resilient infrastructure to the forefront of international agendas, exemplified by events like the European Climate Change Adaptation Conference in 2025. The report also highlighted the critical role of technology, specifically AI and advanced sensors, in climate response, offering tools for predictive modeling, resource management, and early warning systems. Furthermore, It underscored the escalating financial risks associated with climate change, prompting greater integration of climate risk into financial reporting and investment decisions. This has, in turn, fueled significant growth in the sustainability consulting sector, as businesses seek expert guidance to navigate these complex challenges. Finally, the Foresight detailed a multifaceted energy transition, emphasizing the accelerated adoption of renewables, the emergence of green hydrogen, and a renewed, strategic interest in nuclear energy as a stable, low-carbon power source. While renewable adoption is indeed accelerating, we're also seeing regional disparities and a growing focus on the critical minerals required for this transition. Green hydrogen projects are gaining momentum, and nuclear power, including small modular reactors, is increasingly viewed as a crucial component of future energy mixes. This theme demonstrates how environmental realities are directly shaping technological development, financial markets, and global energy policies, just as the Foresight predicted. Moving to our third theme, geopolitical fragmentation and economic volatility. The 2025 Foresight Report accurately forecast a period of heightened geopolitical tensions and increased economic uncertainty. It specifically predicted a rise in trade protectionism and a strategic push towards supply chain diversification and regionalization, moving away from hyper-globalized, single-source dependencies. In the real world, this is undeniably evident, with ongoing conflicts in Europe and the Middle East not only causing human tragedy, but also profoundly destabilizing global markets. We're seeing major powers like the US and China continue their economic decoupling, driving companies to reevaluate and reshore, or nearshore, their supply chains. The shift towards diversification, particularly towards the Asia-Pacific region and the Global South, is a dominant trend. This strategic realignment is about building resilience against future shocks. Economically, the report warned of slowing global growth, and we are certainly experiencing that. Advanced economies continue to grapple with persistent inflationary pressures and the lingering effects of past crises. In contrast, the Asia-Pacific region, despite global headwinds, continues to emerge as a significant engine for growth, attracting investment and fostering regional trade blocs. This theme highlights how macro-level geopolitical forces are directly reshaping global trade, investment flows, and the very structure of the international economy, mirroring the Foresight's sharp analysis. Our fourth thematic area from the Foresight Report is socioeconomic evolution and demographic shifts. The report accurately predicted significant intergenerational wealth transfer, particularly to millennials and Gen Z, profoundly impacting investment patterns and consumer behavior. This shift is clearly observable, with these younger generations increasingly influencing market trends, demanding authenticity, and prioritizing values-driven consumption. The report also highlighted evolving workforce models, foreseeing the permanence of hybrid work and the emergence of persistent labor shortages in critical sectors. In the real world, hybrid work models have indeed become standard for many organizations, and the global talent crunch, especially in tech and skilled trades, remains a significant challenge. This dynamic is driving innovation in talent acquisition and retention strategies. Furthermore, the Foresight emphasized health and wellness, transitioning from personal preferences to institutional imperatives. This has materialized as companies and governments increasingly integrate well-being programs, mental health support, and health technology solutions into their core strategies. We're seeing a holistic approach to employee and citizen health. Finally, the report spoke to evolving consumer behavior, with a strong lean towards experiences outside the algorithm, a demand for authenticity, and a renewed emphasis on community engagement. This is playing out in the market as consumers actively seek unique, real-world interactions and gravitate towards brands that foster genuine connection and transparency. This theme underscores how deep societal changes are reshaping work, health, and consumer interactions, validating the report's keen insights. Our final theme from the Foresight Report is strategic foresight methodological advancement. The report anticipated a significant institutionalization of foresight, that it would move from niche practice to a core capability within governments and transnational bodies. This is precisely what we're observing. For instance, the European Union's 2025 Strategic Foresight Report and similar initiatives globally are actively integrating foresight into policymaking and strategic planning at the highest levels. The foresight also predicted the central role of AI-driven analytics in enhancing early warning systems and predictive capabilities. In the real world, AI is now crucial for scenario modeling, weak signal detection, and generating predictive analytics across various domains, providing unprecedented depth to foresight exercises. Finally, the report emphasized the growing importance of inclusive approaches in foresight, ensuring that diverse voices, particularly from the Global South, are integrated into future-oriented discussions. This focus on broadening perspectives and incorporating local knowledge is gaining traction, making foresight processes more robust and representative globally. This theme confirms that foresight isn't just about what the future holds, but how we proactively engage with it, continually refining our tools and expanding our collective intelligence. So, as we reach the halfway point of 2025, it's clear that the Strategic Foresight Report we examined has held up remarkably well. Across technological transformation, environmental imperatives, geopolitical shifts, socioeconomic evolution, and the very methodologies of foresight itself, the predictions align strongly with what we're witnessing daily. From the deep integration of AI in businesses to the relentless acceleration of climate events and the continued fragmentation of the global economy, the report painted a picture that is now, undeniably, our reality. But here's where we pause for a moment of cynical reflection, isn't it? While many of these foresights have indeed proven accurate, one might ask, how surprising are some of these predictions, really? The pervasive rise of AI, for instance, has been on an exponential trajectory for years. Its widespread integration into business operations and even the emergence of specialized agents feels less like a radical surprise and more like an inevitable progression. Similarly, the increasing economic volatility and persistent geopolitical tensions, fueled by conflicts, trade protectionism, and supply chain disruptions. These are not entirely new phenomena. They are, in many ways, an intensification of trends we've observed for decades. It's almost as if some of these foresights are simply articulating what was already quite visible on the horizon, or even already here, just perhaps not yet fully mainstream. The value, then, might not be in predicting the unpredictable, but in clearly articulating the inevitable, and more importantly, in pushing organizations and policymakers to act on these well-established trajectories. Because while some predictions might seem vague in hindsight, or even obvious, the real power of strategic foresight lies in its ability to compel preparedness and adaptive planning, even for the obvious. It forces us to move beyond passive observation to proactive engagement with the future, no matter how predictable some elements of that future might seem. Well, that's it, and this is Kaede, out.